Hey, how you doing, folks? Welcome to our conversations. Hey, we're discussing issues designed to help you and to move you forward. And as I say, there's more to you, folks. There's a lot more to you. So go out there and be more. My name is George. I'm a life and a business coach at Vula and Consulting. Now, this week we're running with the theme Woman, You're a Success. And as I say, it's Women's Month, so we thought, hey, why not have a special for the ladies out there? So we're running Woman, You're a Success. And today we're tackling part 2, really entitled Success in Relationships. In fact, we'll carry this over to tomorrow as well. All right, so look out for that. Yesterday, we defined success as the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. The progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And this means that anyone who knows what they are doing, where they are going, is a success. And any person with a goal towards which they are working at is a successful person. And as I say, most of you folks out there, hey, you're a success. But the subject of relationships tends to be a highly polarizing one, mostly because you're dealing with people's emotions, right? But I thought I would briefly talk about just two things, which I would recommend for ladies to build successful relationships. And I recommend making no more than one change at a time when changing your habits. Patience is the key. I've said in the past that, you've taken all your life to build the habits that you have now. And to change them, it's not an overnight thing. It's going to be drip by drip and just going to take you some time to do it. So patience is the key. The two things I want to briefly discuss on are, to give you advice on you as a brand or a love mark, as some people like to say, and your attitude, those two. You as a brand or love mark and your attitude. And I was going through an article on brands, which kind of showed the history of brands and the meaning of the word brand. And the author said two things that I liked and I thought I would share with you. And as I said, the word brand has evolved, right, over time. First, it is the name given to a product or service from a specific source. In this sense, it is similar to a trademark. For example, Coca-Cola, all right? Coca-Cola. Second, what has been described as the intangible sum of a product's attributes. The intangible sum of a product's attributes. Simply put, what the customer thinks of when he or she hears your brand name. It's everything people think they know about the product. Factual, i.e. the name, Coca-Cola, and emotional, the feeling they get when you talk about that. The emotional part exists only in someone's mind, right? You can't put your finger on it, but it's there. It reminds you of someone in love, right? Why do you love that person? They can't quite tell you, but they know it's there. That's the emotional part of it, right? So regard yourself as a brand or a love mark. And that's what I would like to tell you, ladies. Regard yourself as a brand or a love mark. So you want to create the highest levels of love and respect for yourself. That's what you want to those people who matter to you. So yes, people will know your name, they'll know your shape, they'll know your size, short like me. But the intangible sum of your attributes is so, so important. In other words, what the people who matter to you think and feel of you when your name is mentioned. And I like to say that again. Think and feel of you when your name is mentioned. What emotional feelings do they attach to you when your name comes up? Do you know that there are people who just the mention of their names repels you, Oh man. And there are those who, when the name is mentioned, you're like, oh man, because it's a brand. It's a brand that they have created. So what emotions do you want to follow or to accompany the mention of your name? You see, you are a brand or a love mark. I like to use, because some people like to use the word love mark. And I think it resonates. And the people who matter to you have emotional connections with you. Remember that. People have emotional connections with you. So you're not there by accident, right? You're God's highest form of creation. Yeah, sure. You can say, I don't care what anyone thinks of me. I'll do exactly as I please, whenever, wherever I choose. That's one attitude. Or you can live every day with intention, carefully crafting the person you want to be. You have a picture of who you want to be at the end of the day, and you work towards it. Live by intention every day. There's a program called Live by Design, right? Live by design. I recommend you live with intention, really. Live with intention. Know who you want to be. Work towards that. And it's an ongoing process daily. Taking a 360-degree look at yourself. What's your purpose? What are your values? What are you passionate about? What gives you meaning? How do you want to interact with relatives, with friends, with business colleagues? Where does your spirituality sit? Be intentional in all these things. Look at them and who do you want to be? You see, when you build a strong brand, a very strong brand, that brand can withstand storms which invariably will hit you. Everybody knows there's a time in your life when you will have issues. A strong brand will protect you. Everybody goes through storms. And the strength of your brand determines how you come out of it. A strong brand largely survives storms, and a weak brand suffers much harm, right? And it's not just about surviving storms. Your brand determines who shows up in your life. That's a fantastic thing to remember. Who shows up in your life? Who's knocking at your door? Why? Because you are vibrating at a certain frequency. And therefore, you will attract people who vibrate at the same frequency. Where are you determining your bar? See, because it's the energy that you send out that attracts people. And attract the people who are attracted to you and those you attract. It's the energy that you send out. But you've got to be clear who is going to knock on your door, because your brand determines that. Yeah? Which then leads me to the issue of attitude. And I like this quote. The greatest discovery of my generation was that you could alter your life by altering your attitude of mind. Which means that if there is any aspect of your life that you want to change, you can change it by altering your attitude of mind. That's very important. So what do you want to be like? What emotions do you want attached to the mention of your name? That intangible. You've got to create that. by looking at those things I've mentioned. What are you passionate about? What are those things that you know you should do to create the person that you ultimately want to be? You see, your attitude is the composite of thoughts, feelings, and actions, right? It's a composite of thoughts, feelings, and actions. It is not just your thoughts. Oh, I would like to be this. That's not going to change who you are. That's not going to change your attitude. It's your thoughts, not just your feelings, but a combination of your thoughts, your feelings, leading to an action, which then determines a result that you want. So consciously internalize the image or the brand you want to be. What do I want to be? So consciously internalize that. Remember, you must impress the idea upon your subconscious mind. Who do you want to be? That's a thought. Then you impress that on your subconscious mind. Remember, we become what we think of all day long. We become what we think about all day long. What thoughts are hanging in your mind all day long? What are you internalizing? As a man thinketh, so is he. See, the nature of the idea that is impressed upon the subconscious mind will determine the vibration or the emotion that is being expressed, that is the feeling. And that, remember, we talked about that vibration that determines who is attracted to you. The feeling will lead to an action, and action leads to a result. If you repeat this over and over and over and over, soon you will create the intangible sum of your attributes which people know. They have at the back of the mind, when you mention the name, a certain emotion comes into their mind. And you want a positive emotion. You want people to love and respect you. You want them to love and respect you. But you must create that. It doesn't happen by accident. You must work at it. Because you're God's highest form of creation and you deserve the best. So a little bit of work to get the best is what's called for. Hey, ladies, I thought I would come and share that with you, and hopefully some of you will pick it up, because really it's a very important subject, and you can be who you're designed to be. All right, my name is George. I'm a life and a business coach, and I like to see people being in control of their outer world. And control your outer world, you've got to work on the inside. All right, guys, you stay positive. You like the space, share it with colleagues. Connect with us on our website, right? Visit our YouTube page. Subscribe, folks. And hey, stay positive, be good, and take good care of yourself. And I'll be again with you tomorrow. Same theme, but we're concluding tomorrow with again, success in relationships, but this time a little closer to home. All right, folks. Goodbye now.